All right, welcome back, Bobcats. I got a real treat for you today. We're going to be making patty melts. Patty melt is basically a grilled cheese with a hamburger patty on it. I was going to do a grilled cheese video today anyway, and I was looking in the freezer and I realized I had some hamburgers in there, so I figured, well, let's make patty melts because that's better. Remember, with a grilled cheese, you can put whatever you want to on there. I mean, cheese, obviously, but you can put roast beef, you can put some ham. I always put tomato at least on my grilled cheese. So let's go through the process a little bit. I've got some really nice fresh baked bread here. I'm going to open that up. Now, I always put mustard on my grilled cheese to start, so I am going to put that on first. And I've got some nice spicy brown mustard here. If you don't like it, don't put it on. The thing with the grilled cheese is this is not an exact recipe. I'm just walking you through the process for making one and process for making one really nice. I'll put a little mustard just on my top piece of bread. And I'm going to spread that around. And now I can start adding the cheeses. Mostly I have cheddar cheeses here. I'm going to add a little mozzarella. I have some nice fresh sliced cheddar cheese. This is coastal cheddar. It's an English cheddar that I get at Costco. Guys, it's really reasonable. It's only like $4 a pound, and it's some of the best cheddar cheese I've ever had. It's very, very sharp, and I like a really sharp cheddar. So the first thing I'm going to do is line both sides, both pieces of bread, with this cheese. Now, of course, if you have other sliced cheese, you can use any cheeses you want. I'm not limiting you there. American cheese is great too. I generally would put at least some American cheese on a grilled cheese sandwich. I just don't have any right now, so I'm not going to use it. The key is, though, that with a grilled cheese of any kind, whether it's a patty melt or any other grilled cheese, you want to put cheese on both sides of the bread, particularly if you're putting something in between the cheese. Now, obviously, you can put it just in one place if it's all going to be cheese. But we're putting that burger in there, so we are going to line cheese on both sides of the bread. All right, so I got my nice sliced cheddar on there. I'm now going to add a little bit of the shredded cheddar. And yeah, I'm using a bag. That's fine. I often grate it myself, but this is convenient, it's easy, and it was on sale, so we're using it. I'm going to add this 4-cheese Mexican blend because I have a little bit left that I need to use up. And guys, it's a grilled cheese loaded on. I love all different kinds of cheeses on my grilled cheese. And I'm even going to put a little mozzarella on there. The nice thing about mozzarella is, if you want that nice cheese pull that really stretches, you almost have to use mozzarella to get that. And I always kind of want that with a grilled cheese. A little mozzarella on there. All right, now you set up your burger just like you usually would set up a burger. I just got these off of the char grill. So I grilled these over charcoal. You can do them in a pan also, it doesn't matter. They're already seasoned up, they're already cooked. Just going to put that right down in the middle. I'm going to add some ketchup to the burger because I like ketchup. All right. I've got some nice caramelized onions here that I cooked in a saute pan early and browned them up nicely. I just add a little bit of olive oil to a pan on like medium heat and stirred them as they cooked until they browned up nice. And this is a great addition on a patty melt. We'll put those right over the top. And finally, I like pickles on just about any kind of pot sandwich, so I am going to put some dill pickle slices on there. We'll layer those right across. And we're just about ready to put this in the pan. All right, I'm going to close my sandwich up. And I know it looks kind of messy, but that's part of what makes it so delicious. Now here's the real trick to a good grilled cheese, in my opinion. It's mayonnaise. You can use butter on the bread, or you can use margarine on the bread. Either way, I always put it on the bread, not in the pan. You want to spread it so it gets in to all the nooks and crannies of the bread and crisps up in there also. But when I make a grilled cheese, I always use mayonnaise. That's the way my mother did it, and that's the way I do it. And it really makes the bread very crispy and super tasty. I think it has something to do with the egg that's in there along with the fat. So we're going to spread that on the top side of the sandwich first. All right. Once we have that on the top side of the sandwich, we're ready to put it into our pan. We really can't do the bottom side of the sandwich until we've flipped it over. Otherwise, we'll get mayonnaise all over the place. Now, my pan is on a low-medium heat. It really is key when you are doing a grilled cheese that your pan is not too hot. If it's too hot, you're going to burn on the outside and you're not going to melt the cheese on the inside. We want all the cheese to melt. We want to get it hot all the way through, and we want it nice and crispy but not burnt. So we're going to take this now and carefully flip it right upside down into the pan. Now you hear it is sizzling a bit, but I've got it pretty low. It should cool down. That pan just had plenty of time to heat up. Now what I can do that we've got it in there is I can put the mayonnaise on the other side of the sandwich. And make sure you're spreading it everywhere on the sandwich. You don't need a lot, but it does need to fully coat, because that's what's really going to crisp up that bread nicely. Good. We've got that there. All right, we're going to let this cook for a few minutes. I'm going to make another sandwich and get it in the pan, and then I'll get back with you. Welcome back, Bobcats. We've got our grilled cheese just about ready here, or our patty melts, I should say. I've already flipped our first sandwich. It's nice and browned up on one side. Our other sandwich here is about ready to flip, so I'm going to do that now, and then I'll get the first one out of the pan. And get under there. Now this is difficult, especially when we've got it stacked so high. Remember, you always want to grab with your hand upwards on the spatula so you can flip your hand over. And that's all you're doing. It's one single motion. And if you want to keep a hand on the top side until you get over the top, that's fine. And we're just going to do that and push it into the pan. And you see we got a nice golden brown on that sandwich. This one should be ready to pull out. Got it onto our plate here. We're going to cut it open and see how it looks on the inside. Hopefully our cheese is melted through, and we should have a nice juicy burger in there, and it should look absolutely delicious. You hear that crunch? Oh, that's pretty nice. I think our cheese is well melted. We've got a nice medium on that burger. That is a delicious looking patty melt. Let's let you guys give it a try at home. Remember, use whatever cheese you want. Use whatever meat you want to put in there. Don't use meat. Definitely get some tomato in there. That's the other thing I didn't show you. I actually put in afterwards. I forgot about it. Show me your grilled cheese, guys. Take care.